Welcome back to the city of Charlatan. This is just a quick screenshots of the build as it's come in for the school from the previous one. I really like how it's come in, it's looking great. But yeah, overall I've done some changes off screen, just boring stuff that needed to be done. A bit of detailing here and there, but mostly I focused on getting the intersections right, so the bicycle lanes extend correctly, the crosswalks look right, they're not as wavy and weirdly stretched as the game does them naturally. And then one big change I did add was realistic cars. I added a whole bunch of cars and took out all the vanilla cars that, they just look awful. They're genuine, and I understand why. It's copyright issues, they can't always get the rights to replicate the vehicles in-game, but luckily Steam Workshop comes to the rescue when it comes to that. Otherwise, yeah, it was mostly just small changes. So like here it was functionality changes, just made sure that all the little kiosks work and the shops work, the roundabout functions correctly, and the coloring and stuff is right, and the bus lanes are right. I keep saying bus lanes even though it's bicycle lanes. The suburbs have also grown in nicely. It's looking really, really good. And then over here at the manor, also made small changes, got the trees smaller, put in bushes instead of the trees there, just to give it some more visibility, and also added actual gates. Then in the manor itself, just because I had the vehicles, I kind of plonked down a bunch just to make it look like a tourist destination, but in reality it just looks odd with the police vehicle spawning out of it, due to the building being set as a police headquarters actually in terms of functionality. By the farm itself I didn't change much, that still works as it did, but I am considering changing these house assets. They're really nice, but they are very fancy for a farm compound. So I'll be changing that into more uniform buildings, something that the farm probably would have built far more likely kind of scenario. At some point I do want to address the traffic flow issues, so like those little spawn points gets better. But yeah, other than that, I am thoroughly enjoying how this map's coming together. I think it's starting to look good. Spread out well now at this point, and as we start filling in the industrial and residential areas more, it'll get a lot more life. I did add this road off camera between episodes, just so I can have a separating line for this build specifically, because the suburb around the school is going to be split in two. So the one we're tackling today is the high residential that will look the same as the heart of the city section. I also then changed the zoning a bit in the city itself so far. So instead of that whole right side cluster being just IT, it's now separated between IT and high residential. And I did that so there's a bit more diversity in assets that come up. Just so it looks a little more randomized and doesn't have as many duplicate buildings in it, which I think looks really nice. These little labels and businesses look great, especially with the addition of the cars. Makes it look so good. And these shop assets and stuff also have spawned in nicely now. They look absolutely fantastic, and the city is really starting to become vibrant and busy, which I like. Correct cars at the correct assets now, with the little chirper flying in the background. But yeah, overall I really love how this looks. But yeah, enough from me. Let's get into the first speed build. Chat soon. So yeah, all I'm doing here is just setting up the rudimentary, or at least trying to map out the rudimentary road network for it. So the idea is that this entire section up until by the school is going to be split in two functionally, with that main little road going through it, and it functioning essentially as a closed suburb. So the one side won't have an entrance gate, and the other half of the suburb, where the real fancy folk will live, that will be a gated community effectively. As far as assets go, they both will be high density, except that the one we're building on today, that high density will match what's currently in the city, so basically an extension thereof. And then the other closed one, I was thinking something more like old school European, just for a bit of a diversity in the city, and I think it will match the gated community kind of idea. But yeah, at the end of this, I'm also going to focus on a bit of proper detailing, just so I can showcase that for a change on screen. And if you guys would like to see more of that kind of stuff, please do let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I'm happy to kind of keep it as it is with the builds in the sections, and then do some of the more tedious little detailing off screen. Either or, I'm happy to accommodate. But yeah, let's carry on with the speed build. Enjoy and chat soon. Okay, so yeah, as promised, let's get into a bit of a detailing section. So the thoughts here for the detailing is predominantly green space, or a park area, let's call it that. Somewhere a little more exclusive to just this neighborhood, really. Obviously the rest of the city has accessibility to it, but it is limited. Whereas for the citizens of this specific section of this suburb, they'll have direct access to it at all times. So I'm thinking of like little chill areas, nooks where people can sit and read or just hang out, play a bit of chess or something. Kids can play there, so a little play park. But yeah, I think you get the gist of it. So yeah, I'm also going to wall it in to a degree, so as I said, limit the accessibility, but not completely cut it off. But yeah, enough yammering and clamoring from my side. Let's get into the speed build section of this. Enjoy. Detailing. Yeah, I'm sure for the viewer's side it's tedious watching me detail, because yeah, certainly is for me on the editing side, but then again, different perspective, I guess. Yeah, so like I said, the thinking was just something like a pleasant garden area. It kind of doubles as a park, a play area for kids, somewhere safe. somewhere friendly and inviting. Like a little kiosk there or something. But yeah, I mean, it's really just a hangout area. Somewhere in the city, but kind of feels away. But yeah, you'll also see with my detailing process, I kind of do go overkill and then scale back until I find what I like. That's pretty much how I approach most things, I guess. But yeah, video in general is pretty self-explanatory when it comes to these kind of things. So yeah, I'll get back to some music for you. Enjoy. Chat soon. That wraps up this episode. Yeah, we're at the end. Just final touches here on the detailing, some flowers and bushes. Yeah, just kind of cleaning it up. Really like the rain view, it looks pretty cool. But yeah, this was a fun build. I hope you enjoyed it. Chat soon. See you in the next one.